Hey everyone, I'm back with another ground vehicle. I made a TX-130 Saber-class fighter tank. I think it first appeared in a novel, though I know it from the very first Battlefront game. And it's just a very cool design. It looks very classic sci-fi-like, but not too much. Like it also fits the typical Star Wars aesthetics. But yeah, my model is pretty much minifigure scale, or rather normal play scale. It's a bit smaller than minifig scale. But then again, you can't really make LEGO vehicles completely accurate because of the weird proportions minifigs have, and yeah, my version is a compromise, so to speak. I initially wanted to go even smaller than this, but that would have made it almost impossible to get the trademark angles and overall proportions right. Like for example with the nose here, or the sloped viewing ports that give this thing its angry face, I guess you could say. I made this thing for my clones, and I basically only have 5 of First Troopers, so I gave it some blue accents here and there to break up the rather monotonous grey base color. I mean, I don't have enough fitting white pieces anyway, or red and lime green to make the color scheme we are used to seeing in this tank, like what LEGO did for their most recent version as well. And also, with grey being the base color, I can use it for my Imperial army. Just swap out the blue pieces with dark bluish grey ones, for example, and you have a nice looking Imperial saber tank. Or use other colors for other clone regiments, or make a captured or repurposed rebel version out of it. Overall, besides that, there isn't a lot of greebling going on. You get a few grill pieces here and there, and those grill-like 1x2 slopes, and that's it. And well, the Republic and Imperial symbols or insignia here. Now, what can this thing do? Unfortunately, it only has limited functions when it comes to play features. Like, there is no concussion missile launcher that would fold out back here, I think. And also those whole, what would you call them? I mean, they're not wings, maybe repulsor lift hull thingies? I don't know, but they don't move either. Like, actually, they are supposed to move inwards and outwards a bit, because that's part of the directional movement mechanism of this tank, but I didn't include that for the sake of keeping it as simple as possible. The blaster cannons can move, though. They are a bit flimsy the way I have them attached right now, but they stay on there well enough and are easily movable and removable. You just gotta be a bit careful when handling them or handling the entire tank. You can also open the top hatch to get the pilot in and out of the tank. And you can also add a turret on top and place a minifig behind it, or rather the same minifig. There is only space for one, so you can't have a pilot and a gunner at the same time. It can be a bit fiddly to get the pilot out of there if you don't have small bony fingers like me. But you can also open the rear hatch to get better access. The hatch has also this nice pattern right here. But regarding the better access, if opening the rear hatch still isn't enough for you to reach the minifigure in there, you can also just easily remove the whole top section to get the pilot out or in. Now you also get a good look at the interior. It's just a very simple cockpit with the printed control panel slope piece and 2 sticks for steering. The 2 dark tan slopes help the pilot slide in place when you drop him through the top hatch. This black bar here is the windows, essentially, but if you want to be able to actually look inside the tank from the outside, you can just take this thing out as well, although it looks better if you leave it in my opinion. So, let's get our trooper back in there and close up the whole thing again. Alrighty. By the way, the plates on the sides are attached with 1x4 modified bricks, this one here, and the guns are attached with 1x2 Technic bricks with an axle hole in the middle, which connects to a dish piece and this modified round tile. Though you can also use a round 2x2 plate and attach the Technic brick directly to the modified round tile, but that makes it really tight. You won't detach the cannons when you handle this thing, but you might end up ripping the sides or the top section off of the tank if you try to move the cannons up and down. It's just that snug. So yeah, using 1x1 round plates could be also a nice compromise between them being stable and also movable, but it doesn't look as good as round plates or dish pieces. And that was basically all there is to this build. Nothing special on the underside, just a few inverted round pieces to make this thing slide around more easily, but yeah, that's it. I haven't made instructions for it yet, but it is a fairly simple build, so let me just take it apart a bit to show you the basic design if you want inspiration or just copy this MOC. So first, take off the guns, then take off the upper section and get rid of the rest. Alright, now you can easily take off the nose section as well. And yeah, the side thingies come off pretty easily too. And yeah, these are the main elements. Really straightforward and simple. Having a more simple design like that also makes it easier to modify the build after you're technically already finished with it. That's important to me because I like tinkering with my designs and I just often have a hard time deciding or settling for a certain way of building. So yeah, I like having the option to easily change stuff afterwards. But yeah, anyway, let me just put it all back together and move on. Speaking of modifying, this is how the tank looks in a more sleek configuration, by the way. It might not look quite as accurate, but I like it, and it doesn't need as much space on my shelf. Alright, that was it for the showcase, I guess. There's nothing more left to this build. I hope you like my design, and if you do, let me know by hitting the like button. If you have any questions, suggestions, or general feedback, let me know in the comments. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in more original LEGO Star Wars builds and haven't subscribed yet, because that way you won't miss anything. But most importantly, I hope you enjoyed the video and feel entertained. So thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. Have a good one. Bye bye.